Good morning from Tucson, Arizona. Today is Saturday, April 6, 2024, and I'm about to depart Tucson on an Amtrak journey to McGregor, Texas to view the total solar eclipse. I won't be checking my bags today because McGregor, Texas is an unstaffed station, so there is no checked baggage service available in McGregor, Texas. Let me show you around Tucson's historic train depot. The Tucson Depot is 116 years old, built by the Southern Pacific Railway. The same architect also designed and built San Antonio's train depot, which we'll see later in the video. The Railroad Museum features vintage equipment and rolling stock that was in use here at the Southern Pacific Depot. In October of 2021, DEA agent Michael Garbo was brutally gunned down while conducting a sweep for drugs on board the Sunset Limited while it was stopped at the Tucson station. The perpetrator of this crime was smuggling drugs and a firearm aboard a passenger train. He was also shot and killed by police officers during this affair. His accomplice was caught and convicted and sentenced to 10 years in prison. My train is now rolling into the station, and I'll be ready to board shortly. Here in Tucson, where there is only one train per day on most days, the train conductors will scan your tickets before you enter the train. When they scan your ticket, they usually check your ID and then direct you to the train car you are to board. I will be riding in the far left end, which is the rear end of this train. Here's my sleeping car, which is a 2-level Superliner 1 train car. I'll be riding in room 3, which is on the upper level. Here you'll see my room attendant, Maritere, who did an excellent job making me feel welcome during the entire journey. After putting my things down in my room, I immediately made my way to the dining car for breakfast. Right now, I'm passing through the Sightseer Lounge car, also known as an observation car. And as you can see, we have not yet left the Tucson station, which is to our right in this view.
The pineapple?
While I sit at my table, I look out the window and I notice the asphalt with the yellow lines painted across it. And I reminisce about a time in Tucson when tracks used to be there. So this was an island platform and there were 6 tracks available for passenger trains here in Tucson. After breakfast, I head back to my roomette and I relax to enjoy the scenery of southeastern Arizona. And here's the best part of the journey, is just relaxing and watching the country pass you by. Welcome aboard the Texas Eagle, Train 422. We're headed to McGregor, Texas to view the total solar eclipse in 2 days. I arrive in McGregor tomorrow at 12 noon. We're currently in Cochise County, Arizona, about to make our first station stop in Benson. We just crossed under Interstate 10. We're dropping down into the San Pedro River Valley. Hope to show you a lot of the sights along the way. I am on the north side of the train, so we will have a different view from the last time I made a video. This will be my first time experiencing totality in a solar eclipse, so greatly looking forward to that. This train is entirely sold out. It's been booked solid for about a month now. Almost the entire sleeping car I'm in is going to see the eclipse. Most of them are getting off in Austin. I'm staying on the train past Austin, getting off in McGregor, which is a small community. My rationale is there's only 1,200 people there. They have one motel. The motel is 10 minutes walking from the train station, so I will not need a car. I will be a pedestrian the entire time, so I don't have to worry about traffic. What I do have to worry about is weather, because the weather isn't looking good. There's a decent chance of thunderstorms, which on any other day might be pretty exciting, but on the day of a total solar eclipse, that's terrible. But we'll hope for the best. Even if it's raining, we will get nighttime darkness at about 1:30 in the afternoon. Here we are next to Business Loop 10, leaving Benson. And crossing over the San Pedro River. Some interesting geologic folds in those hills. We're crossing the Wilcox Playa. Passing through Wilcox, Arizona.
Yeah, well, hello.
Hello.
Just by yourself, sir?
Yes.
Okay, are you coming to dining car for lunch and dinner?
Could I eat lunch in the room and then come to the dining car for dinner?
Yes, so we're at lunch in the room and dinner you want to have at 5:30 or 6:30 or 7?
6:30 is fine.
6:30.
weather looks great right now. Unfortunately, kind of a stormy pattern settled over much of the eastern two-thirds of Texas tomorrow, or Monday rather, beginning Monday and into Tuesday. So there is a chance that we'll get some breaks in the clouds in the middle of the day on Monday. Maybe the thunderstorms will hold off until after the eclipse, at least after totality is done. Passing through the last community in Arizona. This is San Simon. We're in the Chihuahuan Desert, which begins around here and then lasts far into western Texas. We'll still be in the Chihuahuan Desert until past around midnight tonight. And right now it's about 11 a.m. The Chihuahuan Desert also spans far into Mexico. The state of Chihuahua is named after it. We're in about the last mile of Arizona. And we cross into New Mexico right now. Old alignment of track rejoining us. This is the Alkali Flats Playa. I don't know for sure, but it certainly looks like you could just drive your car or your Jeep out on that. This is on both sides of the train, but mostly on the north side, which is the direction we're facing. It's hard to imagine crossing this on foot. Some water left over from recent rains. Rather briny water, I'm sure.
Once again, folks,
So here's what the toilet looks like. There are 4 of these in each sleeping car. There's a changing table. Plenty of supplies. Vanity. This is a Superliner 1, so it has the better sinks and plumbing. And the toilets are at an angle, which gives you a little more room. Restroom clean and functional as usual. And well stocked. This is Lordsburg, New Mexico. Only one off here in Lordsburg. Maybe two.
Okay, folks, we just departed Lordsburg, New Mexico. Next station stop coming up here in approximately 50 minutes, 50. Will be Deming, New Mexico. Deming's going to be another quick stop just like this one. For those inquiring about our fresh air stop, that's going to be in El Paso. El Paso, approximately 3 o'clock this afternoon. That's our scheduled arrival. Right now we are doing pretty good on time. Hopefully they keep us moving. So again, El Paso will be the next fresh air stop, approximately 3 o'clock this afternoon.
Okay, so here's my lunch, which was just delivered to my room. I had the veggie burger with kettle potato chips and some kind of dessert cake with a diet soda. The dining car is extremely busy as the train is sold out. So I figured I'd rather have the privacy here in my own room, watching these views go by. We're approaching Deming, New Mexico. I didn't take a picture of my breakfast this morning right after I got on the train because I was seated with a family of 3 also going to view the eclipse. So I figured I wouldn't trouble them with taking pictures or video. We're approaching Santa Teresa and the El Paso area. But as you may be able to see, we're in a bit of a sandstorm. Winds are gusting to 40 something. Visibility is rather poor. Still traveling along at 80 miles per hour though. I believe we'll be stopping to refuel at Santa Teresa. This is the walkway from the tracks over to the actual station building. All of this space in the parking lot used to be occupied by tracks, as you can see here in the pavement. At one time, this was a very busy station. Today, there are only 6 trains per week that pass through this station. Let's go inside and check out this historic building. El Paso Union Depot opened in 1906. It was designed by the same architect who designed Washington, D.C.'s Union Station. Amtrak's ticketing and check-in can be featured in one corner of the building, while at the opposite end, the Architectural School of Texas Tech University can be found in the building. There is no food or drink available other than vending machines. So let's head back to the train. We have a break here of about 15 minutes. We'll cross back through the area where the former tracks used to be, along with several island platforms. Well, it's time to get back on board before we leave for our next stop at Alpine, Texas.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We departed El Paso, Texas. Our next stop will be Alpine, Texas. Alpine's approximately 3.5 hours away. No delays are incurred with any freight traffic or any other delays. It's about 3.5 hours away. You'll get another opportunity there in Alpine to step off, get some fresh air, and have that cigarette break again. For those of you who joined us here in El Paso, welcome aboard the Sunset Limited train number 2, bound for New Orleans, Louisiana. Principal stops in between. Also the Texas Eagle train 422 bound for Chicago, Illinois, with principal stops in between. I'm going to go over a few safety tips and policies. First of all, if you could please review that safety card in the seat back in front of you or your sleeper car accommodations. It has important information regarding your emergency exit locations, safety equipment aboard the train. Please review that safety card. When walking about the train, make sure you have your shoes on for your own safety. Also use the handrails throughout the train, especially going up and down the stairwells for your balance and stability. Smoking on the train is prohibited. This includes electronic cigarettes and vaping. All forms of smoking are prohibited. And once again, as I mentioned before, Alpine, our next stop, will be our next smoke break. Sunset Limited Texas Eagle features 2 food service cars. We have a cafe, that's observation car with all the windows and tables. Just head downstairs in that car. That's where the cafe is located. Offers a wide variety of snacks, beverages, and food. And we also have a full diner right up ahead that cafe. Well, once again, we departed El Paso. Alpine be our next stop, 3.5 hours away. I want to thank you for your attention, and thank you for traveling with Amtrak. Have a pleasant evening.
I believe those are the Franklin Mountains, just to the north of El Paso. It's extremely windy out today. There is a wind advisory locally. Crossing under Interstate 110, US 54, the Patriot Freeway. So as you may be able to tell, there's not much point in showing scenery because we're basically in a sandstorm. Wind is strong and you can't see much. Still rather unique and interesting looking in its own right. So this is I-10 in the background there. Here in just a little while we cross over to the north side of I-10 until we get to the town of Sierra Blanca, when we cross back to the south side of it again and remain there all the way to San Antonio. Eclipse weather for McGregor. Looks like partly sunny until about 12 noon. It may start to cloud up somewhat. 30% chance of thunderstorms once we hit 1 p.m. Yeah, 1:30, right around totality. So hopefully the 70% of no thunderstorms will hold true. But hey, no matter what, it's going to be a blast. It's still going to get dark out in the middle of the day. So I figured I'd show you around the room. So there's an aisle down the middle of the train. So this room is only about 3.5 feet wide. So across from me is another seat where I have my backpack and my pillows. They do supply the bedding and the pillows. And then of course the seat that I'm seated on. They're both really wide seats. And as long as you're not exceedingly tall, there is plenty of room for both people to sit. So you get a full pane window. There's a table to pull out here. A couple of places to put your drinks. Over here, we have one outlet, so you got to bring something to plug in all your devices. There is a rudimentary temperature control, but it doesn't do a whole lot. It makes it maybe just a hair cooler if you put it all the way to cooler. And you got your reading lights. There's limited storage space in here, not much at all. So it fits one person perfectly well. 2 people can occupy this roomette, but it's a real squeeze. There is a coat hook up here, another coat hook. There's even a little tiny closet here, which I managed to actually bring a jacket this time, and I'm storing my jacket in there, so using that closet for what it was designed. You can see here there are blackout curtains. They do keep the light out from the hallway and offer privacy. So you do have a mirror over here. And then the seat that I was sitting on, I am in a refurbished car, so all the seats have some type of synthetic leather. It's quite comfortable. Over here, there is a volume for the announcements that get made over the speaker, so you can shut that off. Reading light, call button for the sleeping car attendant, and your room light, and there's also a night light there. Above is the upper berth, which is kind of tight, and the bedding up there is much more firm than the lower berth. The lower berth is a little bit wider, a little bit longer, and a lot softer. To access the upper berth, these blue things are actually steps, and you can step up to the upper berth. I have slept in the upper berth in a roomette before, and I require a softer mattress for my back, so I was pretty miserable up there actually. And that's in any of the rooms. Any of the rooms that have an upper berth, it's going to be a pretty firm mattress. Some people prefer that. But overall, it is a tiny room. but the space is used very intelligently. And it's just a pleasure to ride in comfort and watch the country pass by without worrying about traffic. So my dinner reservation is at 6:30, which is in about 45 minutes. It's probably going to be crowded, but I'll still try to get some pictures and some video of my dinner.
Downstairs, like in the
Anywhere for pull-ups here? Yeah.
no, but I've done some more on the overhead. This is strong.
I'm very worried that everyone's looking for the conflict.
So here's my roomette, configured for nighttime. The bedding is actually pretty comfortable. We just departed Sanderson, Texas. We get to San Antonio at 5 a.m. So with that said, see you tomorrow. Well, good morning. We're leaving San Antonio on time. Over the last 2 hours, the crew was separating our train into 2 parts. One part continues on to New Orleans, but I'm on the Texas Eagle on my way to McGregor, which is close to Waco. So we're departing San Antonio right on time. It is 7 a.m. I believe they'll start serving breakfast in about 30 minutes.
Just here at San Antonio, ladies and gentlemen, just do's and don'ts. Ladies and gentlemen, there's no smoking or vaping anywhere aboard Amtrak Train 22. If you're caught smoking, you're subject to removal, so please do not smoke anywhere aboard Amtrak Train 22. For those passengers that have small children, we ask that you please keep them close to you, prevent them from running, jumping, or climbing. The train will occasionally move side to side, forwards and backwards, and it is easy for them to get hurt, so please monitor your children's whereabouts at all times. All your bathrooms are located in the middle of each car and down the stairs right there where you boarded the train. Once again, all your bathrooms are located in the middle of each car and down the stairs right there where you boarded the train. If you're watching a movie, listening to music, or playing video games, ladies and gentlemen, please make sure that you have headphones on. If you do not have any headphones, please mute your device. If you're talking on the phone, please do not have it on speaker. Some of those conversations are not made for the public, so we ask that you please do not have your phones on speaker. The lounge car is located in the front of the train. If you walk in the direction that the seats are facing, you'll walk into that lounge car. Please be aware, ladies and gentlemen, no personal food items are allowed in the lounge car, and you must purchase food items to sit in there. Our next scheduled station stop is San Marcos. San Marcos, Texas will be our next scheduled station stop. The next stop that you'll be able to step off and smoke or stretch your legs is Austin. Austin, Texas is the next smoke break stop. Also, ladies and gentlemen, please make sure that you have your shoes on. Please make sure that you do have shoes on at all times when walking about the train. And please do not open any windows or doors unless opened by an Amtrak employee or in an emergency.
Crossing underneath Interstate 37. This is Interstate 10. Very light traffic early on a Saturday morning. As you can see from waking up this morning, things have turned from desert to lush green. There is significant cloud cover here. It's supposed to be mostly sunny today up in McGregor. Tomorrow we're looking at mostly cloudy, partly sunny, with a 20% chance of showers in the early part of the day. And that quickly increases to about 70% by 3 p.m. So we're still hoping for the best for the eclipse. Departing San Marcos, Texas.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next scheduled station stop will be Austin, Texas. Austin will be our next scheduled station stop.
We're currently entering the Austin area, one of the fastest growing cities in the country. Probably the fastest growing city in Texas. I was riding forward yesterday. I'm sitting in the same seat that I was in yesterday. When they separated my car and the coach car from the Sunset Limited, they got attached to the Texas Eagle in the opposite direction. I could sit in the seat across from me, but I think the window is better here. I don't mind riding backwards. Quite an impressive and picturesque skyline. There's the Colorado River.
If I may have your attention, ladies and gentlemen, Austin, Texas, our next scheduled station stop. For those passengers that are leaving us here in Austin, please gather all your personal belongings and prepare to detrain. Austin, Texas, our next scheduled station stop. Once again, for those passengers that are leaving us here, please gather all your personal belongings and prepare to detrain here. For those passengers that are continuing on, ladies and gentlemen, you will be able to step off the train here at Austin. Please do not wander off the main train side. Once you're the conductor called all aboard, we have to board your train as promptly as possible. This is Austin.
Austin's skyline seems to be more impressive than San Antonio's. Taller and more buildings. Alright, so we'll be getting off the train here shortly and have a look around. So this is my sleeping car attendant, Marcelo. One of the best sleeping car attendants that I've ever had on Amtrak.
No question about it.
I appreciate all his help today and making the trip just a little bit better.
Thank you, everyone. I hope you choose Amtrak later.
Hey, tell him subscribe.
Subscribe to his channel. What channel you are? What, Facebook?
It's just my name, Carrie Todd.
Carrie Tab, Facebook.
YouTube.
YouTube. There we go.
Now we're leaving Austin. Some interesting graffiti art there. We're in the center median of a toll freeway called the Mopac Expressway. Texas State Highway 1. Maybe it's just the express lane on the left that's tolled. I switched seats so I can see in the forward direction here. Sleeping car attendant Marcelo is vacuuming up some of the rooms that were just vacated so that new passengers that will occupy those rooms will have a clean accommodation. He truly is an excellent ambassador for passenger rail and for Amtrak. Does a great job. US 183 SR1 interchange. It's always nice to have a clean rear window of the train. It's interchange with Texas Highway 45 and SR1. We're between Taylor, Texas and Temple, Texas. And as you can see, a lot of agriculture, and it is really flat.
There we go, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Make sure you subscribe and look out for my next video, which is going to be for the actual solar eclipse, which I viewed here in McGregor, Texas. I'll also be doing another vlog for my return journey back to Tucson by train. Alright, so on foot, about a 10-minute walk to the motel. So we'll see how this goes.